So autumn's on its way, which means it's the perfect time to give this wisteria its end of summer trim. Now what we need to do, as much as anything, is just tidy it up for winter. A little bit of maintenance, getting it out of the gutters and the downpipes, and bringing it down level with the top of this bay window so it looks nice and neat and tidy. So I've got my Hendon tripod ladders set up, got to be the safest ladders on the market, and up I go and off I go. So in my hand I have my Felco 7s. You can get Felco secateurs at lovegardening.com, and if you were to get a pair, if they're anything like these, I've had these 20 years, and other than a little bit of maintenance and the odd sharpening, they've just been the only secateurs I've used in all that time. That's pretty reliable stuff. So first of all, I'm just going to have a quick look at where the wisteria has been going over the summer. It will have had a prune February, March time, and then it's taken off, flowered, and then just started to grow everywhere, which is what it does. As you can see, it's going up into the gutter here, and that's not great because once it's up over the gutter, it'll try and get under the roof tiles. So I'm just going to snip that back. So I'm well over 2 metres up now, and I feel as safe as houses on these ladders, and quite confident to just start leaning about and just pruning the wisteria back. I'm just going to pull that out from under the roof there. As you can see, it's got right under it. I'll get as much of that as I can out, and then if I do have to leave any in there, it will die off because it's not connected to the plant now. And then these long growths, at this time of year, it's best to cut them back to about 5 leaves from the main stem, which is in here, just against the wall. So if I find that main stem, there we go, and then I just count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's just here, which is just the right side of the downpipe for it not to be tangled around it. Now just a little bit of mortar has just fallen off the wall there, just from where the wall meets the gutter, and that just shows if you don't keep on top of these things, then they're going to get in and start damaging your house. As beautiful as they are, you've got to maintain them, and if you're going to maintain them, it's best to have some sound kit like these ladders. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and snip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all you've got to remember is that 5-leaf rule, and you can't go far wrong. Keep your gutters and your downpipes clear, keep your roof slates clear, and in all the cases 5 leaves from the main stem. Right, well that's that corner section done. And as you can see, I didn't even have to move the ladders once. But when you do have to move the ladders, it's so easy because they weigh nothing. They are so light yet so sturdy. Cool. So this is where you really need to have confidence in your ladder to get up high, and then you can just lean over and get all these bits out of the gutter that if you don't get them out, once the leaves start falling off the trees in autumn, it's just going to totally clog up and then you're going to have real problems. In some instances you find that wisteria is coming quite far away from the house, and it's always good to keep it tight to the walls. It looks a lot neater, and in those cases, as I have done here, you've got to cut actually into the old mature stem, so you ignore that sort of 5 bud rule, and you get in there and you just make a really nice neat cut right up tight against the stem, and that wound will just heal over nicely, and probably some new shoots will come out of there as well. Oh, way up. There's just the remains of one of this year's blackbird nests in here. The chicks have all fledged and left, and that's why it's such a good time to prune now in sort of August, September, when the birds are out of there. But it also proves how good it is to have climbers up your house if you can, because you're providing a home for nature. Right, so I'm almost there. I'm not going to go much further to my left because we're actually trying to encourage the wisteria to keep growing along there. All I'll really do is take anything that's trying to get in the gutter off that one. So it's just a case of taking off these last few stragglers. So there we have it, that is the late summer pruning of a wisteria, and as you can see it looks a lot neater, nothing too dramatic, and we'll just leave it like that for winter. What will happen now is those leaves will turn brown and fall off because wisteria is deciduous, and then we can revisit this in February or March time and have a look at those stems and probably just cut them back to a second bud. If we were to do that now, there's a chance of frost damage, so by leaving the 5 buds it protects it. But then if we go back in spring and do it to 2 buds, that will guarantee that the leaves won't mask the flowers when they come out, and it'll just be spectacular when it's in bloom. So there we have it, job done. Hopefully if you've got a wisteria, this will have given you a few pointers and you'll be able to crack on and prune yours. And if you've got any other projects in the pipeline, or a few problems, or a little bit of advice needed, please do not hesitate to get in touch with the media team at lovegardening.com.